Hello everyone, welcome to Event 5 of the Biscuit Brawl Bleague, the Funnel Duel. The rules are the same as last time. Two duels from different teams go through funnels, and the first met team to get both of them advances. So we'll start with the staff run between Team Steven and Team Marigold, different from last time. The other two members, how will they do? Looks like it's gonna be Steven victory. Anyway, Heat 1 is between Pixie and Twinkle of the Fairly Fairy and Shoot and Paint of the Paintballs. Fairly Fairy currently leading in the standings right now. It almost got them both in, but Paintballs manages to shove them at the end. It looks like Twinkle costing the team this time around. Unsurprising, it has happened before. Former captain now causing the team their first non-top half finish. As the Paintballs advance, next is Sight and Light of the Nightlights and Party and Extrovert of the Social Butterflies. Nightlights, will they capitalize off the failure of the Fairly Fairy? No, they will not. What happened there? It looked like it was, I believe that's Light's fault this time around. Yeah, Social Butterflies get the win and will advance. Nightlights will not. Next up is Rowan and Birch of the Tree Huggers and Cow and Stake of the Beefy Bovines. Tree Huggers just off a gold medal, I believe. So, and they almost got another top half finish, but they're so close. But the Beefy Bovines just pushed them right out the way. So Cow, right there, pushes them out of the way, and they'll get a top half finish. And since they advance, and the Tree Huggers will not. Next up is Smog and Falcor of the Dark Dragons, and Emo and Burb of the Kiwis. Dark Dragons, a former champion. Kiwis just beat the former champions. Quite embarrassing for the Dark Dragons, although it's not like Season 1 had the Funnel Duel. So, as you can clearly see, the Kiwis destroyed. And they will advance, unlike the Dark Dragons. Next up is Spine and Page of the Bookworms and Beluga and Porpoise of the Cetacean Nation, both sending a reserve out. Who will that favor? It looks like it's going to favor the Cetacean Nation. They really do need this, although I believe for all of these, the team in the bottom half have advanced over the team in the top half. So that's pretty interesting. Anyway, Cetacean Nation will get the win, while Bookworms will not advance. Next up is Jan Rook of the Corbett Ground and Earthquake and Tornado of the Natural Disasters. Natural Disasters really would like to advance here, but they don't. They, as I say, only the bottom half had advanced. Here comes the Corvid crowd, destroying the Natural Disasters' hopes and dreams of advancing. And as they will advance themselves, Natural Disasters will not advance. Next up is Cranberry and Blackberry of the Berry Bombers and Uranus and Neptune of the Gas Giants. If any of you make any inappropriate jokes, that would be quite sad, as Uranus and Neptune do advance. It was pretty close, but it will be the Gas Giants who advance, while the Berry Bombers will not. Next up are Waffle and Pancake of the Breakfast Buddies, and Stabby and Cereal of the Crimson Killers, both new teams, although they've been here for a while now. So are they really new teams? Well, it went well for the Crimson Killers this time around in the last heat, as they will advance, just barely edging out the Breakfast Buddies. Breakfast Buddies will not advance. Now we go into the 9-16 round between Fairly Fairy, Nightlights, Tree Huggers, the Dark Dragons, as well as the Bookworms, Berry Bombers, Breakfast Buddies, and the Natural Disasters. So, just get to the end first, and it looks like Bookworms are quite far behind, but they do get 14th, which is impressive, but it's the Nightlights who get 16th. So, in the order that they finish, it looks like it's the Berry Bombers, followed by the Dark Dragons, Fairly Fairy, Breakfast Buddies, Natural Disasters, Bookworms, Tree Huggers, and Nightlights. And so 9th for the Berry Bombers, 10th for the Dark Dragons, 11th for the Fairly Fairy, 12th for Breakfast Buddies, 13th for Natural Disasters, 14th for the Bookworms, 15th for the Tree Huggers, and 16th for the Nightlights. Now goes the quarterfinals one, which was between Shoot and Paint of the Paintballs and Partier and Extrovert of the Social Butterflies. Both of them sending out their captain. Keep in mind, all of them are in one individual/duo event, so Will putting their captain, both of them sending out their captains, and will this work out. Clearly, it worked out for the social butterflies, not as much for the paintballs, but they did advance this far. Anyway, social butterflies advance, paintballs do not. Next up, quarterfinals 2 between Cow and Steak of the Beefy Bovines and Emo and Burb with the Kiwis. The Beefy Bovines also sending out their captain. Kiwis, not so much, and clearly it wasn't working out. So maybe sending out the captain wasn't the best strat, although 3 of them did send out the captain and they all advanced. But the Kiwis will advance ahead of the Beefy Bovines. Next up are the quarterfinals between Bleague and Porpoise of the Cetacean Nation and Jay and Rook of the Corvid Crowd. Corvid Crowd had the outside line, which is normally disadvantageous, but now they have the advantageous line, but they won't advance. It's the Cetacean Nation that somehow beats the Corvid Crowd despite being in a disadvantageous situation. So Cetacean Nation will get a top 4 finish. Corvid Crowd will not. Next up are quarterfinals 4 between Uranus and Neptune of the Gas Giants and Stabby and Cereal of the Crimson Killers. Nearly called them the Serial Killers, and that was very quick for the Gas Giants. Just instantly going down, stopping them. Somehow one of the Crimson Killers managed to jump over one of their own, but only barely. Pretty epic, but it's not enough for them to advance, while the Gas Giants will. Now to the 5 to 8 round between the Paintballs, Beefy Bovines, Corvid Crowd, and Crimson Killers. It's the Beefy Bovines and Crimson Killers that are out first. Beefy Bovines do a lot of jumping, but that'll cause them to get 8th. Corvid Crowd will go in first, followed by Crimson Killers, Paintballs, and Beefy Bovines were kind of jumped out of the way for some reason. 5th goes to the Corvid Crowd, 6th goes to the Crimson Killers, 7th goes to the Paintballs, and 8th goes to the Beefy Bovines. Now we got the semifinals, one between Partier and Extrovert of the Social Butterflies and Emo and Burb of the Kiwis. I think Emo and Burb actually won this event last season. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they did. And it shows, as they did really well here. I'm not sure if they won. Maybe it was the shot put that they were both in. Either way, they both work really well together. As you can see, them getting a top 2 finish. Next up in semifinals 2 is between Beluga and Porpoise of the Cetacean Nation and Uranus and Neptune of the Gas Giants. And it looks like it's going to be the Gas Giants who advance this time around. Unlike Emo and Burb, Uranus and Neptune, not really a well-known pairing, I guess. First goes to the Gas Giants, second goes to the Cetacean Nation. Now goes the bronze match between Partier and Extrovert of the Social Butterflies and Beluga and Porpoise of the Cetacean Nation. One as a captain, one as a reserve. And from the looks of it, it's the one with a reserve that moves on. One of them goes in quickly. And then Cetacean Nation gets both their members before Social Butterflies even get one. So that's bronze for Cetacean Nation. Social Butterflies will have to live with 4th. But we go into the finals, which is between Emo and Burb of the Kiwis and Uranus and Neptune of the Gas Giants. It's pretty close. But it looks like it's going to be the Gas Giants who advance. The Gas Giants will get the win. They won't advance because they've already advanced far enough. But that'll be gold for the Gas Giants and second for the Kiwis. And these are the standings so far after these are the results. Congratulations to the Gas Giants for winning gold, to the Kiwis for winning silver, and to the Cetacean Nation for winning bronze. Now, if we look onto the actual standings, Gas Giants and Corvid Crowd move on to the podium, but fairly to lead, while Cetacean Nation, Breakfast Buddies, Beefy Bovines, Social Butterflies, Natural Disasters, and Paintballs still in the bottom 6. But we'll see you next time for event 13 of the Biscuit Brawl, the Slalom. But until then, this is Rip Biscuit, signing off.